Welcome back to the Prosperity with Purpose podcast. I'm Jessica Heffley. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. And if I know anything about you, which I don't know everything about you, but I do know some things about you, and I know that you want to help people. You genuinely want to help people. You're a good person who wants good things in this world, and you genuinely want to help people, right? Am I on the right track? Well, stop doing this. Because it's not helping people. Okay. And today we're going to talk about ways that people think they're helping people because it feels good or feels nice or it's what they've always done or they don't want to appear rude or whatever the instance is. Yes, Tater's behind me. My dog's in the chair. Okay. Um, but these two things that you have been doing isn't helping people. It's actually harming them and hindering them. And you are a leader, okay? And leaders, the ultimate goal of leaders and leadership is to rise up other leaders. Okay? So if you're doing these two things, you ain't rising up leaders. You are like enabling people to not be leaders. So we're going to stop doing that. Okay. The first thing is giving people answers without asking questions. Okay, so I'm going to speak a little bit relative to my network marketing business, but you can take this to whatever business that you are in. Okay, you've got people underneath you. You may have new employees. You may have new team members. You may have people who are learning and rising and growing up the ranks and all sort. This can work for my very first job when I worked at Kreckles back in Decatur, Illinois. At this ice cream and burger shop. Employees there to employees that are in the C-suite, where you're the CEO of a 500 Fortune 500 company, whatever. Stop giving people the answers. Okay? People are going to come to you, they're going to ask for help, they're going to ask for answers. Stop giving it to them. Stop just giving them the answers. Okay? You are not helping them. Good leaders ask good questions. Did you know that in the Bible, it was recorded that Jesus asked 339 questions? Okay, yeah, go read the New Testament with fresh eyes again. Those little red letters. So many of what he says is questions. He brings it back to that person because sometimes if you just give people the answer, they don't have to think, they don't have to explore, they don't have to question themselves about what they're really thinking or why they're really doing something or what's behind this or what they really like. Stop and ask questions. So, like, this is so simple. Put this into practice today. The next person who asks you a question, even if it's your kids, where's my shoes? Like, don't just tell them where the shoes are. Like, help them critically think so they'll be able to find their shoes the next time. So oftentimes when someone in my Plexus team will ask me a question, I'll be like, hey, yeah, that's on the team page. Did you know that you can use the search box and search that and that will come up? And I'll impact. Don't give a man a fish, teach a man to fish. Okay, I know you've heard that before, but practically, you are not helping people unless you are teaching them how to be a problem solver. One of the very foundational skills of a true leader is they are a problem solver. Okay, and so you'll find the difference. Some people ain't gonna go look for the answers, even if you ask them the right questions. Well, guess what? They're not a leader. Okay, and so then you get to choose, make powerful decisions to reevaluate where is the best use of your time. Okay, because if you're spending all of your time giving people all the information that they need from all these people who aren't leaders, okay, they're just going to be life suckers and whiners and always need you. Or you can allow the other ones to rise up, empower them to find the answers, empower them where that is, and watch them rise, watch them grow, and then watch how they will duplicate that down. What they see modeled from you as a leader are things that they will then in turn model to people who will come along in the future underneath them. So there we go. Stop giving people the answers. Stop. And I know it feels good. I know it feels good that like you're the expert. You know the answer. You know how to answer that. You know where that is. Like that sometimes can feel good. Notice that. Okay. Notice that can be flattering or honoring, but notice if your role for the rest of your life is just to have everybody make you feel good, or it's to empower other people to be leaders. Okay. So stop giving them the answers. Number two is this is stop doing this because it's not helping people, it's hindering them. Is um, helping people who aren't helping themselves. Okay. For example, um, some tangible examples for that in network marketing is you may have certain people on your team, or you may have people on your team that you think are going to be amazing leaders or have been in your team for a long time and they say that they want this, but they're not putting in the effort or taking the actions to actually grow. Okay, so if you continually keep going to them and being like, keep giving them things to do, keep giving them, like inviting them to things, spending time with them, trainings, sitting down and going to coffee and helping air quotes with them with their business, trying to help them to grow, trying to help them do all of these things, and they're not helping themselves, they're not actually taking action, they're not just listening to you or listening to a training and actually implementing this blows my mind. This still happens. Like we have this series called Silver in Six. It's 6 days of foundations on six different things to do to make $300 in a week, like to help. This teaches you how to help three people start their own Plexus products, Plexus business, and you can make $300 in a week. Okay. That is what it's teaches you the action steps to do. That's the whole point of this Silver and Six series. I would have people, they're like, oh yeah, it's like, did you watch the Silver and Six series? And they're like, oh yeah, I watched it. And I was like, wait, yeah, but but you're I don't see you're not doing the things they said to do in that video. So what was the point? Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting my time. Okay, actually do what the video says. So here's a couple of tangible things that you can actually implement this process that I have done that has stopped wasting my time. It is important. Your time is important. You're busy. You run a business, you have a family, you have a marriage, you have other responsibilities. You don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste other people's time. Okay. So one of the tangible ways is I will so say somebody wants my help or like has some questions or wants some mentoring from me or whatever it may be. You can continually keep doing that and not seeing a result, or you always have a choice, right? So or what I choose to do is I'll be like, hey, yeah, watch this video and send me the things, the action steps you took from this video, and then I'll absolutely love to meet you for coffee, or I'd absolutely love to do a Zoom meeting with you, or absolutely love to talk about how I can help you grow your business. Okay, but I give them a step to take. Okay, this is gonna root stuff out very quickly. Okay, and why some people don't do this is because their scarcity view is like, no, but I need this to work. This person has to work this business. This person has to grow, or I'll never grow. And it's this like desperate, graspy, um, just blah, like viewpoint and energy and emotions around it, and it's desperate. It's downright desperate. Okay, and I don't want to take that view, and I don't take that stance because I believe that leaders are abundant. They may be rare, but they are out there, and the ones who really want the opportunity that I have to offer are there. So I'm going to spend the majority of my time marketing, recruiting, and spending time with those people who duplicate and multiply and understand and are willing to put in the work and absolutely are the first one to do the challenge or join the book group without me reminding them 5,000 times. They're the ones when you send them the video and you ask them the action steps, they take them. It's so refreshing and it's so fun to actually work with people like that. And so if you're finding that you're just like always desperate, always clingy, always begging, I'm going to invite you to get into a completely different energy, a completely different space. Go listen to the last week's episode. Start blessing your business. Start believing that leaders are all around you. That God sends people in your sleep. Like you've got to transform. Stop working harder and start believing higher, and watch your life and your business transform. So, anyways, that's a tangible way to do it. Whatever your business is, whatever your lane is you can have. Hey, yes, if someone's asking for your time or asking for your mentorship or asking for your coaching or your leadership or whatever, it actually is helping them by providing them an opportunity to grow and implement. Okay. It's not helping them for you to tag them in every little training video that comes on the team page, but not actually inviting them, encouraging them, holding them accountable to implementing what they just learned. Okay. There you go. That comes from an abundant, that's very, there you go. I love to work with people who do that. I love to work with people who are willing to grow. I love to work with people who are willing to put in the effort. Like that is fun to me because that is a fellow leader. Okay. And if you can't get that foot far with anybody, then you need to learn how to better be a good leader who asks good questions and figure out what is holding them back from actually going forward in their business. Okay. It's not stop telling them, feeding them, but get to the root of that. Going back to good leaders ask good questions. Okay. And then the last thing is but like this is what I do for coaching calls. But if somebody wants a coaching call with me, I've learned from my mistakes. I have an old episode about this, is how to do a coaching call. I will not just get on a phone call and just do a coaching call. I have someone fill out a coaching call form before my call with them, because this one saves time. I'm all about efficiency. Again, all of this can be very efficient. Business is caring about people, but business also can be efficient because you have a family. Okay, I'm not telling you to spend all of your time away from your family helping these people who aren't helping themselves. That's going to make your husband hate what you do. It's going to make you hate what you do. I want to help you work from a place of prosperity, of purpose, of enjoyment. Okay. And you will enjoy this more when you are working with people who do this. Okay. So in this coaching call form, like before our call, they have to give it to me 24 hours before my time with them. I have them evaluate some things like what book are they currently reading? What are their strengths as a leader? What are their weaknesses as a leader? Let's get real honest about both. Okay. Because they're probably thinking, well, I'm not a good leader as her. Help them know what they are good at and what their strengths are and how they can shine. But also help them, like, we're not playing like blind spot. We're not playing like, oh, everything's fine. No, what are your weaknesses? Okay. Let's not be naive. Let's be aware of what those are. And then I have them put out how they're working their business, what they're spending their time on, how much time they're actually spending working their business. So I can have a viewpoint. So if someone's like, I'm working my business so much, and then, but they've only written that they're working their business 2 hours a week, I'm like, sorry, sister, that ain't so much. Okay, so it helps me to evaluate things, but really it's helping them evaluate themselves. This is a very critical skill. I actually do this inside of my Prosperity with Purpose mentorship, which you can get on the waiting list for. We're starting it back up in August. Get on that waiting list. Do whatever you can throughout the summer to make this happen for you to expand this August inside of the mentorship. But what I do with them is they have a weekend review. Okay. It is not mandatory. They don't get kicked out of the mentorship if they don't fill it out every weekend, but I invite them to take personal accountability of their life and business and fill out the weekend review every weekend. What that does, it helps them evaluate what did not go well the past week, what did go well, what are their intentional thoughts that they are practicing that's going to get them the results they want, and it has them write their goal again. So it's on the forefront every single week. They're not just making a goal and then forgetting it. It's helping them prioritize and get really clear on the most important things they want to get done that week. It's helping them celebrate their wins. Like it is very intentional. Okay. And there is a stark, very clear difference in the results of people who go through my mentorship and the ones who do the weekend review and the ones who don't. We believe that everyone comes in and gets exactly what they're meant to in that season, but it is a clear people who are evaluative, contemplative, whatever word you want to use there, they grow more because they are aware of what is working, what isn't working. They are taking ownership for their thoughts and actions, for what that's creating for them. They are the people who are clear on a vision of what they want. Just today, I was coaching somebody, or just it was just a friend, and we were talking, and I always ask them, "What do you want with this business?" Because I can't coach somebody unless I'm clear about what they want, and you can't coach them if they're not clear with what they want. And this person was just kind of doing the bare minimum and has for a long time. She says she wants more, but she's just kind of doing the bare minimum. And so I asked her again what she wants. And she was just very wishy washy of like, I mean, that would be nice, but da, da, da. And it made perfect sense because she is not clear in the vision of where she is headed. And so if you're not clear, absolutely it's going to be easier to not work your business. Absolutely it's going to be easier to not reach out about invite people to your business. Absolutely it's going to be easier to watch Netflix than to spend intentional time reading or participating in the team book study. Absolutely. Like they make sense. And so there's no judgment towards where they are right now. And actually, a good leader is incredibly neutral. They are just there to ask questions to help that person evaluate what they want and where they want to go, or why they aren't where they want to go. Like they're really just asking questions and letting that person process out loud. It's beautiful. The pressure is off. Like I think sometimes as leaders or as coaches, you like have put this tremendous amount of pressure that somebody is only successful if you do this, or no, like somebody else's success is not dependent on you, and vice versa. Take some ownership. Your success is not dependent on what your leader or your upline or your coach does or doesn't do. Your success is dependent on your thoughts, on your, you could pay $100,000 for a coach and not get results because you don't show up, or you don't do the work, or you don't do the exercises. Okay. Or you like that, the amount of money does not matter. What matters is you. And so I, as a coach, always want to ask you good questions, and I always want to empower you to ask other people good questions. You're exhausted. You're exhausted giving everybody all the information. You're exhausted begging everybody to work their business. You're like, it's exhausting. Okay, take a step back. Let's start with your thoughts, because you probably have been attracting these exhausting people because you don't believe in your vision, or you don't believe in your future, or you don't think that you're a good leader, or you haven't been doing some steps to grow your mind. Like let's take some ownership in that. But like once you grasp abundance, expansiveness, possibility in your business, once you lead yourself first, others will follow. And so be equipped in how you can't you're, to not harm or hinder their growth, but rise them up. Rise them up to be leaders. Rise them up by asking them questions. Rise them up by challenging them. Rise them up by holding them accountable to what they told you that they want. Get clear with that, because you can't push somebody who's like, I don't know. But if they're like, okay, I need to make six figures, okay, or I need to make $1,000, or I need to make this amount of money this month, then you have the authority and the agency to ask the questions to help them get what they want. Okay. Again, your success is not dependent on who's above you or who's below you, beside you, whatever. No, your success is dependent on you. And that's not, and that's not scary. That's exciting, because that means you have the ability to change the results that you're getting. So I bless you. I bless your business. I bless your future. I bless you to stop hindering and harming you. I bless you with leadership. I bless you with being a professional question asker. I bless you with empowering other people to rise up to the potential that is God given within them. You could help set someone free. You could help break them free from the questions you ask, or the challenge that you propose to them, or the accountability you provide for them. Okay? You're a leader. Lead yourself first, others will follow. See you next week.